Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing Hbar and providing a market analysis as well as comparing it with Bitcoin to show that relationship that I'm analyzing. So if you are new to the channel and you want to show some support, please leave a like and subscribe. So I want to start off on the daily chart here against the USD pair of Hbar and kind of identify this long-term trend that we see. As you can see, we have some consolidation along this part here, and then we bounced off it in January. And then since then, we've kind of haven't really gone back to this trend line in a while, and we are getting pretty close to it. If you'll notice, we are actually 487 days gone since we actually touched this trend line. So you could assume that if we get back down to this trend line and have some sort of follow through, right, like a bounce off of it, you could make the assumption that maybe we're going to have some sort of reversal in the trend, because this kind of general trend was followed by some downward pressure, and then this one was some consolidation, and right now we're seeing the consolidation and then the downward pressure. So you could combine these and say, okay, well, maybe we're going to have something similar where this could provide some sort of relief or temporary bottom. So I would consider that as a possibility, and I would consider that we've come back down since the all-time high about 80%, which is actually pretty common along most of the altcoins, where we see pretty significant drawdowns, especially compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, where Bitcoin is kind of dragging down the altcoins and kind of leading the way down. So if you see the market kind of relieve itself, where Bitcoin becomes slightly less bearish and maybe it reclaims $40,000, then this could act as some sort of opportunity if you're wanting to get into Hbar and maybe DCA in. So now I'm going to transition over to the Hbar Bitcoin chart. So this is going to value the relationship between Hbar and Bitcoin, where if you see this chart moving up, such as like right here, that means that Hbar is outperforming Bitcoin, and it's generally moving up faster, or it's moving down less. And on the downside as well, that means Hbar is underperforming Bitcoin. So I've kind of outlined this green region here that is provided as a significantly important level in the past. So as you can see here, in early 2020, we kind of bounced off this level here, came back down, and bounced off it a few times here. Ultimately, when we did lose this level, though, that meant we were on a quick trajectory down of about 72% in just 3 months. So it has acted as a very significant level. And then, as you can see, when we bounced back up, this was where we rejected and kind of consolidated for a bit. And then leading above it, that was a very bullish sign. And it ultimately led to a new all-time high. So since then, we've come back down and we're holding this region as of right now. I would expect some sort of bounce off of this level, and I would say, well, this is going to entail that Hbar might outperform Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin starts moving back up and Hbar is outperforming it, that means Hbar would do very well against the USD pair. But you could also see the same with Bitcoin kind of moving down. Let's say Bitcoin moves down 20% and Hbar is only down 5% against the USD pair. That would also mean this chart is moving up. So it really all depends on what Bitcoin's doing. That will kind of dictate how this chart plays out. But overall, if your altcoin is outperforming Bitcoin, that is a good sign. That means it is a strong altcoin, considering that it can outperform during bearish times. And I think if Bitcoin starts to kind of relieve itself and start reducing a lot of the pressure on the market, then this could obviously quickly bounce back up and reclaim some of these intermediate lower highs. So I would also consider that there is a downtrend that we might want to break. If we close above this resistance and start trending back up, I would say that's a very bullish looking sign and something I would get excited about. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy, and as always, I will see you in the next one.